Downtown Bikini Bottom, once a bustling metropolis, now a debris-covered crater.
SpongeBob, the robots are destroying downtown Bikini Bottom. We have to evacuate!
All right, but it's gonna take a while to get all this dust.
Not vacuum, evacuate. We have to get everyone to safety.
Can we just load them up in the boats?
That won't do any good.
Why not?
Because the robots have taken all the steering wheels.
Couldn't we just drive in a straight line?
No, there are too many turns.
Those fiends, they've thought of everything. Never fear, Mrs. Puff, I'll get those steering wheels back.
SpongeBob, if you're involved, I always fear. But I tell you what, if you can pull this off, I'll give you a golden spatula.
How about a driver's license instead?
Nice try.
Maybe someday, SpongeBob. Anyway, I went to another part of Squarepants Bikini Bottom. This time we're going to learn the sponge ball technique, in which we can turn to SpongeBob by collecting that thing, and then we can move around as a ball and bounce about and all. And I'll be showing that off real soon. But right now, let's go ahead and look around this entire starting area. This is the city. There's only like 3 whole areas in this entire level, so it's not as well. It's not as many areas as the first level that we just did, but it's still sort of big. And there's also a new enemy here, which will barf at you some gas. No little intro video for them, but there is a little video for this. We have to get rid of the cannon, but how do we get rid of the cannon? Well, first of all, I need to go ahead and blow this up. Get some shines there. And now I have to blow up all these stone tikis that are in the way by having this fucking cannon shoot the TNT tikis. I keep fucking up the word I keep making up for these things. The TNT keys need to be exploded to get rid of the stone, and then, damn it. And then I can go ahead and be able to press all 4 buttons, in which it will destroy the cannon and will be rewarded for our efforts. Yes, we have to do this, because we have to do a lot of things in this game. Some of these that don't make any fucking sense for us, really. Anyway, that's another one. And one more, and then I can go ahead and press the buttons, and then we're done here. And I got hit because bullshit. Let's just stand right here. Does he hit it then? No? How about now? Yes, okay. Let's go ahead, press all these buttons, and then we're done. And well, you know, there's enough underpants here to survive all the bullshit. Full health. Where'd the anchor come from? Why is there a spatula on top of that statue's head? How do we get to that? Well, we get up this thing like this. But why did all of this shit happen? I don't know, I don't care. We got a fucking golden spatula, that's all we care about. Let's continue on, shall we? We have 12 spatulas, and we are 3 away from beginning our first boss. Which I won't be doing because I need to clear all these levels first. Including the next fucking parts levels. So, you know, I still got a lot to do. Even though I would love to go and do the boss right now because then I get a new ability, I want to go ahead and, you know, get this shit done out of the way first. So let's continue on through here. There's a few little areas that are hidden, you know, to give you a suck. And there's some areas that are blocked off, but they do have TNT keys around here. And I think you can already get the gist of why they're there. Let's not worry about that for now. Let's continue on and begin the sponge ball ability, which all you have to do is just walk into it and you become a ball. And then you can move about and you can fucking bounce about. And yeah, it also makes you a bit faster too. So you're gonna need it. And there we go. Now there's gonna be another new enemy here, which is gonna be a bit of a bitch, but not too much. This is G-Love, or Glove. The best way to deal with him is well bounced from above. There will be a point, however, in which we cannot bubble bounce because there's a character that doesn't bubble bounce, aka Sandy. And we're gonna have to make sure that we do a different sort of attack to take care of them. You can also smack other robots into them and they'll be destroyed. You can do a little combo on them, but that's only if you can actually find a freaking robot clear enough in front of them to do that on. Otherwise, you're gonna have to just slam up top of them or do that special move that Sandy can do against them, that you have no choice but to do. But make sure to go this way and just go across here to get this this wheel, which, by the way, this is the long-term goal. Every level has a long-term goal. You saw it before with the freaking King Jellyfish thing. This is our long-term goal, to collect 11 wheels, which are in the entire level in all areas, and that's about it. Once you have all the wheels, we're going to evacuate everyone from this area, even though the people are still going to be in this area when we come back. They never evacuate. And, yeah, we'll have all the wheels and the boats can work and yada yada yada. Anyway, Tikis can also blow up these fucking walls. Make sure to use them. You can get into areas that have a few shines, and you can also open up areas to go back to. You don't have to like die or anything, or use checkpoints, or use Sandy to go around. You can just go ahead and blow up on a few walls to be able to traverse through the whole place. There's no point to it later on, considering Sandy exists, but and yes, this is a level where our second character is Sandy, so we'll be learning quite a bit of how she plays in this level. We don't really get a great introduction in this one for Sandy compared to Patrick, in terms of the plaything and all. And the tutorial with Sandy isn't really that great either. But why not? Might as well go ahead and deal with it. Oh, by the way, you might not think of it at first, but you need to break that. So you need to break the floating tiki to get the TNT tiki to fall down and blow up all the stone tikis, or else you miss your chance for a good combo and a lot of shines. Don't worry though. Later on, stone tikis are gonna become a thing of the past, and you're not gonna be worrying about that too much. Right now though, we are gonna have to try and do some things to make sure we can actually blow them up by getting some TNT keys in the way. Oh, this is that one right there, but we can't just get TNT keys thrown over to them because Patrick is not playable in this level. You can only have 2 playable characters, and it's always SpongeBob and either Patrick or Sandy. That's pretty much the entire thing. The boss battles are the only exception in which you can't have 3 characters being played, but that's because you'll be swapping through them and be forced to play as that character. Otherwise, you only get to choose between 2, and you're gonna have to just live with it. And for this level, the whole exploration thing can become pretty abused when you have Sandy. In fact, it becomes extremely easy. But otherwise, we have to earn it by going through as SpongeBob, and there's a lot to explore, there's a lot to go through, there's a lot to do as SpongeBob. And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and close that window because I don't want that shit just coming out and being an annoying prick to me. There we go. Now then, let's go ahead and grab some more shines, make sure we can find some socks as well, and also take care of these enemies by handing these barfing robots into them, giving us an ultra combo, which will give us a green shine, which is about 5 shines. I mean, that's pretty good. Super combos don't do much though. Super combos kind of suck. You're gonna want to, do your best to get big combos, by the way. Conserve as much as you can, try to make that number big. Like for instance, this is gonna make a big number, but if you're able to, as SpongeBob, try to get the sock in that one chance you got. Because as soon as you miss that chance, you cannot get back up there as SpongeBob. The way back up is now gone. But don't worry, there is a way that is 100% gonna make this easy for you. It's handy. But let's not worry about that for now. Let's instead go to Bubble Buddy, because I'm sure he's got something very important for us to hear right now.
This door is locked from the inside. Who would do such a thing?
Wow, that was very important, Bubble Buddy. Thank you so much for letting me, like, be forced to listen to you talking right now to know that the door is locked. Who could do such a thing? Oh boy. Those guys suck.
It shines.
So, there will be times where the dialogue is just shit. Like, there's gonna be times where you're gonna need a specific character for the dialogue, but there'll be other times where it doesn't matter who you are, the dialogue is just shit no matter what. So, you're just gonna have to live with it and just ignore it because it's not gonna really do anything for you. Oh, and there's this fucking wheel up here that I can't get, so not worry about that. Oh, by the way, we're about to keep spawning back here, and there is a clamshell here. If I give this clam 2,100 shine objects, I can open the gates to an area. And now, that'll be our area to go to first. It is the needle. We'll be going there very soon, but right now, let's just continue on this area, because we have a lot to explore in this area. And, you know, I don't want to waste this area and just go to the next one without actually exploring through this. Because that would just be shit, really. And yeah, there's that machine. Let's take care of that and then continue on.
Hi, Gary. Meow. Yes, thanks for noticing. I have been working out. Meow. Not done? Doesn't that mean meow? Oh, that's the entrance to the rooftops, which leads to the lighthouse? Aha! There's another golden spatula. I could really use that. Meow. What do you mean, get Sandy to help me? I can get through this. Meow, meow. Oh, that gap looks big. Okay, I'm definitely not making that jump. How is anyone going to get across there? Uh-oh, more robots. Holy Dutchman's ghost! That gap looks impossible! And impassable! Okay, I'll go get Sandy to help me out.
Yeah, this is how the game tells you, yes, you need Sandy. You have no choice but to use Sandy because Sandy will help you get across so much of this level. And in fact, will make the platforming a complete joke. I mean, there will be times where the platforming isn't a joke even with Sandy, mainly because they make it that because of certain, you know, things, certain challenges. But otherwise, you know, exploring around, going to areas that you can't really access normally, and all that such. Very easy when you're Sandy. Very hard when you're Patrick and Spongebob. By the way, there are exploits in this game. I won't be showing them off really, unless I accidentally show them off. Because I don't really want to exploit the game. There's no point to it. And now with Sandy. It says, welcome to Sandy. As you can see, Sandy can glide by, you know, holding the X button in the middle of our jump. We can use this to glide about with her lasso. But let's not worry about that for now. Let's instead... Yeah, there we go. Let's instead just continue on and not worry about that shit. By the way, no dialogue with Sandy, sadly. No point with her. There will be dialogue later on for Sandy, but right now it's just like... If Sandy was there and we switched into her, that would have been the same way as Patrick, and that would have been fine. But no. No, they just want to have Gary there because Gary doesn't get a lot of screen time, you know. Everybody loves Gary. Anyway, let's continue on and just collect some more shines, including this shine right over here, which is the best shine because it gives you that much, 50. And okay, I'll be honest here. Even though that is the hardest shine to get, and 50 is a lot, the problem is that you'll be getting so much more from doing combos and such that it's not exactly the greatest thing in the world. There will be actually there will be one exploit I'll be you know, exploiting to help us out very much for this game. It's not going to be the best exploit, but it's going to be one that is going to help me actually 100% in this game. It is going to be something that I'm going to be using to probably either get the main spatulas from crabs, or for something else that's going to become a bit of a problem way later on in this Let's Play. It's an optional thing, but it will still be a problem. Anyway, over here after doing a bit of gliding, we will know how to do a chop attack, because guess what? We use Kung Fu, because Sandy does Kung Fu. That is the whole purpose to her attacks. And by the way, we got more than fucking 50 that time. That's nice. And yes, you can also use the lasso. You saw me do it before with the robots. It is very useful. Also, I skipped that cutscene, I'm sorry. These are swing hooks. They have the shape of Texas on them. Why? Because she's a Texan. That's the reference. And that is the jump. So we can continue on and learn that the lasso can be used on robots to get rid of them. We have to use it because we can't stop, sadly. And yeah, I get knocked down. That sucks. But don't worry. We're not gonna have to go all the way back through the bullshit, you know, have to go all the way through all that stuff and be annoyed by it, because there's a trampoline here all of a sudden, because of course there is. Now we can use the trampoline to get ourselves back up here, and now we can just take care of this guy in a good distance, and now we can move on. Now then we can move up here, continue on, and then eventually we'll be able to take care of the machine that keeps birthing that bastard out. There we go. Now we can move on and continue on swinging through all the way to the checkpoint box. Well, not a checkpoint box, but the teleport box, that's it. And once we activate that, we are only a few steps away from getting a spatula. We will take care of this can over here, as well as get ourselves another wheel. Because we need to collect every wheel to get another golden spatula.
There's another one.
I think that's all the wheels of this area, so we will have to deal with the area later on. Also went through the floor. But then we'll have a teleporter box here, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and choose which area we need to go to next for more wheels, as well as more spatulas. And considering I paid for this entrance, and this one I just, you know, earned from a whole bunch of platforming and such, I'll be going to the Sea Needle, because, well, I paid 2,000 freaking shines for that. I might as well get my money's worth by going there first, before we go for the one that requires me to just be good at the game. But first, I'm gonna have a little bit of explore about, you know, look about, have a look around for anything that I might have missed, like any socks and such. Like, for instance, that one area that we couldn't get to at Spongebob because he failed to jump. I don't think it's even possible to make the jump anyway. Get over here, make sure to do all your platforming, and then just take the trampoline right over here, and then eventually you'll be able to take yourself all the way over to get yourself a nice nutter sock. I mean, I can go all the way backwards, you know, all that stuff, but I think it'll be much more better if I use trampoline to just help me get over there to the, you know, the sock, compared to just doing all this shit. Because there's nothing else here outside of one more sock as far as I've seen. You might have seen another sock. In fact, as of this commentary, I also saw that sock. I remember that sock. That sock I miss a lot. Don't worry, because we have to come back to this level just like Jellyfish Fields. Because yes, we need an ability to actually complete this level. And I might as well just go ahead and collect anything I'm missing way later on when I have the ability. But right now, let's go ahead to the Sea Needle and do as much as we can here with what we just paid for. What does the Sea Needle contain? Well, it's a Sea Needle. What do you think? But it has changed a bit from the show, at least, as you'll see.
Ahoy there, Sandy!
Top of the morning to you, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, if you got the right character, you don't get the objective. So you have to change the right character and talk to them again to actually get the objective from those guys, otherwise it's not going to happen. Let's begin. What do I have to say?
Ah, there you are, boy. Someone's broken the Sea Needle.
That's horrible. The Sea Needle is the cradle of Crochet Corner.
Yes, yes it is. But what's more important is that there are tikis and shiny objects just outside the windows.
Mr. Krabs, how can you think of money at a time like this?
Easy. I just clear my mind. Money. Money, money. Now listen here, boy. You know that I'll give you golden spatulas if you bring me shiny objects. But I'm going to sweeten the deal. If you can break all the tikis here at the Sea Needle, I'll give you a bonus golden spatula.
Why would I want to break the tikis, Mr. Krabs?
'Cause they were laughing at you and calling you funny names.
What kind of funny names?
You know, Spongebob Butt Pants.
That's not very funny.
No. But they said your mom was ugly.
Ugly? All right, Mr. Krabs, break them I shall. You've got a deal.
Great job, Mr. Krabs, in negotiating here. So yes, SpongeBob's whole point here is to basically go on the bungee cords that appear out of nowhere, and then, you know, take them all the way down and break all the tikis. Once all the tikis are broken, you can then go back to Mr. Krabs, and you can go ahead and get yourself a nice golden spatula. The whole actual reason why he wants you to break these is because they hold shines, and he really wants those shines. Because they're apparently more expensive than money to him. I don't even know why this exists, these shine things. They're not even actually from the show, they're just a thing they added in the game. Because they couldn't even think of actual currency in this game. So, shiny objects, the stuff that is in the same design as the shit that's in the sky. And in fact, they actually put the same freaking background of that shit in the sky as in the show. So, you know, it's kind of awkward. By the way, there are wheels here. And they're by the buttons that open the doors to, like, be shortcuts back in here. We are going to be able to go through almost all of them. Almost. There is going to be certain bits in, well, certain area that we cannot actually access. In fact, this is the level in which we need to come back to this level in order to actually complete this level, because yes, there's an area that isn't accessible to us, and yes, this is the reason why we have to backtrack way later on.
3 years running.
But right now, we can actually complete this one little goal that Mr. Krabs wants us to do, of going on these bungee cords and breaking all the tikis, because that is possible right now. You know what's not fun though? When there are TNT keys as well, which will cause you problems because you'll lose health, and you will begin to be low on health. So the only way you can actually, like, get away with this without having to worry too much about your health is if you don't get hit once, and that doesn't really happen much, just letting you know that. So you might get fucked. But there's a good thing: if you just touch them and not, like, boost down and dive, they'll explode and you'll get away with it. And there you go. I have done them all. Now I can go and talk to Mr. Krabs to get my golden spatula.
Good work, boy. Here's the golden spatula, like I promised.
And there you go. So, now that we did that, we can now move on to the next area, the rooftops. So, why do I have to come back to backtrack? Because you saw I open all three of these doors, but there is a fourth door. That door, the south door, I can't open it until way later. Yes, it sucks, but I have to deal with it. Right now, as Sandy, we're going to the rooftop, so I'll be seeing you there after this loading screen, because loading screens are the best, and they do not take forever to fucking load the goddamn game.
Hey, Larry, what's shaking?
Sandy! Boy, am I glad to see you. I need your help. My TV reception has been terrible lately. I need to have someone replace my old antenna with this shiny new one.
Yes, sir. That there antenna is shinier than a $3 bill. Well, why don't you replace it yourself?
I'm not really much of a jumper.
So, what's jumping got to do with it?
Because the old antenna is up there.
Woo! That's taller than a glass of Texas iced tea.
The robots have blocked off that building, and I can't do all those fancy moves you and SpongeBob do to get across these gaps. All I can do is flex! Wanna see?
Yeah, great. So what are you gonna do with the old antenna?
Oh, that? It's yours if you replace it with a new one.
Well, I have been getting bad TV reception in the tree dome. Okay, Larry, you got a deal.
So yes, we have to help Larry with the antenna up at the rooftops. And there is quite a bit to do on the rooftops. I mean, the sea needle wasn't very great. It didn't take us that long. But this will take us a good bit because it's a lot to explore. There's a lot of extra areas that we have to deal with. Like this extra area over here where you have to jump on this trampoline that we press on a button to break a whole bunch of this shit. And then we go up here and go across by these fucking fans to get ourselves a sock. Like so. And then we can fall down there, and you know, we could get that spatula, but sadly there's an invisible wall, so we can't actually get it no matter how much I try. And there's also a box here. It's activated. It doesn't tell us a message though, you might have noticed that. Why didn't it tell us the message? Because we didn't get the other box yet. We're about to find out that this is a glitch. Maybe it's for the box right in front of us, considering we activated that. I mean, that would make sense, right? But, no, as soon as you go next to that box, it'll tell you the other box to actually use it. So, what's up with this box, then? I'm going to be showing you that right now. I will not jump cut, because I want to show off how annoying it is once you turn to Sandy. Because, guess what? That button you press is now back up. You have to go back to Spongebob to press it again to get the trampoline to get back over here. You can't use Sandy to get up to that box. Because it's impossible unless you go the right way, because the wrong way gets you fucked over, and it's a big fuck you to you, and then you come right over here to the checkpoint, and then you have to pay 2,100 fucking shines to create a new trail. And guess what the new trail is? It's all sandy shit. Yeah, this level, this area is mainly sandy. SpongeBob barely comes into play in this one. And that timer is not going to fuck off no matter how hard I try. Even if I change characters and such. So we're just going to have to deal with its like noise and such until it goes away. By the way, you might have noticed that back at the scene there was an enemy that was shooting a missile at us. Yeah, that's a new enemy. And guess what? We'll be introduced to that new enemy right now in this cutscene. Right, so I don't remember the name of this one, but I do know that it shoots missiles and it's an annoying motherfucker to take care of. Trust me, this one's an annoying enemy. All you have to do is dodge the missile and then just smack it, or do this. I recommend smacking it, because there will be times where you do have the room and the ability to actually smack the motherfucker. And look, there's Tartosaurus guys here too. They are not annoying in the slightest, and look like I can one-hit kill them with this fucking move. And guess what? The remaining wheels are all here, so we do have to be here to get the remaining wheels and be done with that little, you know, main mission with Mrs. Puff. So yeah, about this level with this area. This is going to be a nice little introduction to what Sandy's gimmick is. You know, because this is how the game is going to really force this gimmick on you when it comes to playing as Sandy, because that's just every fucking time, where it's mainly just this. Swinging about on these swing shot Texan fucking things the entire time. This is gonna be a recurring theme in every Sandy level. And it's kind of sad because there's more to Sandy than just this. And that could have been interesting to see more to this than just this. But I guess I just couldn't think of anything better. And once you're over here, just glide yourself over to the spatula and it's yours. This is not where the antenna is. You saw where the antenna is. It's a completely different fucking spatula. And by the way, we have 15. That is enough to unlock the first actual boss fight of the game. Or the second boss of the game, really. We're not doing that until we are done at the third level of this game, because that's in this hub. So let's not worry about that for now, and let's instead worry about completing this entire area of this level, because, like, we gotta. And hey, Ultra Combo. Oh wait, he didn't fucking die. Now he's dead. Now we can continue on and jump on this, in which we can go ahead and take care of these guys, and then we can go behind me and look that there's a freaking wheel here, and to my right there's a sock. Guess what? You can get up to that sock right now by doing this. That is 20 socks. That is basically 2 spatulas right off the bat for us. I'm not doing that until way later. Hey look, there's a wheel here. Let's not worry about that until we get up there, because we can't get up there normally right now. But as soon as we have the ability to get up there, we can go ahead and grab ourselves a wheel, which is, I think the last, no, it's the last one. I think that's like, that's number 10 actually, I believe. Anyway, if you are able to, you can actually use that swing there to launch yourself up to there and skip that entire fucking area. This entire bit here, you can skip it. But I fucked up, and I'm now doing it normally. But then again, I could have done the skip from the first level back in Jellyfish Fields, where I could have just gotten the spatula by, you know, doing the whole bridge thing that I showed you before. But I didn't do that. I went the normal way. So, you know, I'm just doing things normally because why not? Oh, by the way, Sandy cannot sneak, and neither can Patrick. Only SpongeBob can really sneak, so that sucks. Anyway. Hey look, another one of this asshole. Be careful not to get hit, because he can actually hit you very easily, considering his aim is actually pretty decent. And once we're up here, we just have to wait a bit so that we can just jump up here, and then we can get ourselves some more Tikis, and then we can get ourselves some more shines, and we can also get ourselves a wheel. We're actually doing pretty well and getting pretty close, and hey, there's a 25 minutes to 50 there, so that's nice. This wheel is number 10. So we are missing one more wheel. And that wheel is going to be after the, fucking... I think it's actually going to be in the last area of this level. And, that area, quote-unquote, is an interesting area. Because it doesn't appear much, but it is something we're going to be dealing with a lot. Yeah, I'm wearing it weird. We don't see it much, but we will be seeing it a lot. Just don't think about what I just said, and just know that this sort of area in these levels is going to be a recurring thing, in which it's going to do similar sort of objectives against us. And we're going to have to try and manage it. In fact, think of it sort of as a Super Mario Sunshine sort of thing. Except without losing your fucking border pistol thing. Your Flood, I think it was, F-L-U-D-D. Anyway, have to jump over here, and then eventually you'll get a shine, and then more swinging, because, man, we sure love swinging. Oh, by the way, there's a trampoline here now. Don't ask where all the shit's disappearing, because it's SpongeBob. You don't question it. Anyway, now we're over here. We're very close to where the actual thing is, you know, where we actually have to, you know, take the antenna, which is a spatula, and there we go. We did it. Now we can change to the SpongeBob and press the button, in which we can then go and get our checkpoint. But I mean, we can get our teleport box. And then once we have a teleport box, we can then go back to Larry and let him know that, yes, we dealt with his antenna problem and it's fixed now. Oh, by the way, behind this building here is this fucking sock, as well as some more Tikis. Take care of them, will you? Oh, and there's also some sneaky Tikis, and take care of that as well. Let's go back to Larry, you know, talk to him to make sure that, yes, we have taken care of everything. You don't have to worry about the antenna anymore. It's all fixed. You can now watch soap operas or whatever. Everything's good now. Of course, I have to be Sandy first before I can actually make the conversation happen, because SpongeBob will not give us a normal conversation. So, you know, meh. Alright, what does he have to say now? If I can actually talk to him. There we go.
Oh, thank you. I can finally watch those reruns of the Rockfish Files.
Yes. Rockfish Files. That I never heard of from the show, as far as I remember. I think that is something completely new that they just made up for this game. And they never reference it in the entire run of the show. Anyway, get in the box, and then we can go inside this area here, by the way, Glitch. And then you'll begin the next area, the lighthouse. And guess what? This is not a fucking area. This is a challenge. Yeah. You'll be seeing this quite a bit in, where you have to, like, you'll be in an area, and all of a sudden, it's not like an area. It's instead a full-on challenge where you have to complete a certain objective in order to complete the challenge and get rewarded with a spatula by the end of it. And the entire area is just that challenge. So, this is the challenge of downtown Bikini Bottom. This is literally the challenge of the lighthouse, which all you have to do is destroy all the machines and take care of all the robots, and then the floor will break. Then you'll have to build the next wave. Now, if you know exactly where every single one of them are, you can destroy the machine before it even spawns out any enemies, thus making this go by very quickly. But as soon as you get to the final floor, you don't have to worry about the spinning floor anymore, but you have to deal with 2 machines, so that's going to be impossible, and there will be robots coming out of the woodwork to try and kill you. Now, if you're fast enough, you can hit that TNT key, and you can blow up all the stone, and, you know, get that shit done. But if you're like me, you'll be too much on focusing on destroying these machines, and then destroying the robots, so you can actually be done the challenge to get yourself a golden spatula. And you'll notice the button here as well. I'll be showing you what that's about very soon. Because that's what, we beat the challenge, we can now get the golden spatula. But first of all, I need that wheel, because that is important for the main mission. So yeah, I can't destroy that now, it's stuck there. But I can press this button, and the button will bring up some trampolines. And guess what? A sock. Yes, there will sometimes actually be a sock in these challenge areas, in which you have to do something after the challenge or before or whatever, in which you can get a sock in the middle of it. And that's neat. Oh, by the way, you're better off just following, because slamming down isn't going to make you go any faster. In fact, it'll make you slower. Anyway, I can't destroy these Tikis anymore, so that sucks. I have to live with it. But I can go ahead and get the spatula, and guess what? We are 1 spatula away from actually being done this level, because that's what that is, all the areas, and that is pretty much almost all we can actually do now. So let's go see Mrs. Puff by going back to downtown streets and get our golden spatula as our reward for getting all 11 wheels. Yay.
You'll have to open this door from the inside.
Well, buddy, shut the fuck up. I already know that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's continue on to Mrs. Puff. Get our last golden spatula of this level, because sadly we can't really actually complete this level until I get a certain ability. And then we can move on and, you know, be happy that we're done for the most part for now. Let's get golden spatula, shall we?
SpongeBob, I'm impressed. How did you fight?
Well, there were these robots. I met Sandy, and the lighthouse was...
Okay. Sorry I asked. Here's the golden spatula that I promised you.
Thanks, Mrs. Puff. Now I'll help you guys evacuate.
But SpongeBob, you don't have a driver's license.
Oh, don't I?
No, you don't.
Well, if I don't, then what's this?
A library card.
Oh.
Oh, SpongeBob. Maybe one day when the show decides to stop being the shit and actually give you a fucking driver's license. But until then, you're just gonna be fucked off, aren't you? Anyway, that is the final golden spatula for this level, because sadly, we cannot get the actual final one, nor can we get the last 2 socks, because we need the cruise bubble, and as I said before, the cruise bubble is the last ability of the fucking game. So we're gonna have to wait until way later to come back and get this. In fact, I'll be backtracking when we actually have all the abilities for SpongeBob and shit. So, yes, I will not begin the spatulas and any socks on levels from before until I get all the abilities. So backtracking is going to be way later in the Let's Play. But for now, we're done with this level, and we can now move on. So, I could go and begin the boss fight, because we do have enough spatulas to actually do the boss fight and then unlock ourselves the next area. But I'm going to do it in the way that it is intended, and I'm actually going to go to the 3rd level, which is Goo Lagoon, because I have enough for that as well, and that is the 3rd level. So next time, Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bomb, we'll be doing Goo Lagoon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.